So my starting point for building the visual world of the show was, again, looking at archival images, a lot of like protests as well, and of the time, but also from that era, like the 60s, 70s, and just seeing how it was then, but also kind of the connection to now.
So I would say my starting point for the research was archival images of the Black Power liberation movement. And I focused as well on the community around, especially in South London.
For me, the political tone for the play comes through in the set design in a way of really using the space and making sure that the staging is like really using all aspects of the theatre, having all the different levels, so we can allow for maybe two scenes to happen at the same time, but also that brings in, I think, the intensity of the piece, and it really immerses the audience.
For me, political aspect of this musical is quite strong. I wanted to shape them across both of the characters. For instance, of the two sisters, they're very strong, but at the same time opposite. So for me, a way of like embodying within the stylistic choice, it was to have this contrast. For instance, the element of the activism of Dina is it reflects it much more strong, and we have heavy material, leather and dark color. With Celia, her essence is a little bit more naive and more light. So I went into delve in things like trims and light and like patterns, like color. So I don't know if it's a way of like reflecting in the political part of it, like, because of course there are two different characters, but they are still linked and bothered by the love for their community.
Yeah, the relationship between set and costume design, I think it's very important. That doesn't mean that they have to kind of be the same. The world should complement one another.
Yeah.
And like Bolahan, the director, and I, from the very beginning, like, we're really keen to have a naturalistic set, because so much takes place in the restaurant and it's their home, and there's so much history there for the two sisters.
I personally think it's a constant dialogue. So there's a action and a response to it from one of the other, from the two elements. It doesn't have to be necessarily something that goes stylistically identical. It can be just also, opposite. It's just about the conversation between the two of them.
An important element in set design, in terms of texture and material that we've used, will be used in a different way in Act 2. And I don't want to give too much away, but we had to be very clever in terms of making it work for the restaurant, but it also could tell the story of Act 2 and take the darker, more serious, I guess.
The fabric is more like particular element and items of the character that they wear throughout the play, that they have symbolic meaning that I think people maybe should look out or spend a moment to think about it. So it's more that. I mean, sometimes it's not that they are hidden, but it's just maybe subtle, it's not as straightforward.
I think for me, finding a balance between the realism and the stylization in design was, again, keeping the realness of the restaurant and of what a place like that meant. Like the Mangrove 9 was a real inspiration for me, actually, just thinking about it. And that whole time, and just what that restaurant meant for the community and for them to have that place. We wanted to definitely recreate that in this production.
So the balance for me, it's always a bit of a hard call as a designer. It really have to be a compromise for what is your essence as a designer, and then what is the subject. So personally, I always tend to go and create things, of course, that I like, that they're cool, all of that, but ultimately I have to look at the subject that I have, the character, and then what is he doing, what is his or their purpose in the story. So it's really important to don't overshadow that and always come back to the core of the character.